Hey, what's going on, chat? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome back to Steelers Almighty. Steelers just despicable loss to the Buffalo Bills, 26-7. Jiminy Christmas, man. I don't even know what to say. Like, that was about as pathetic of a performance as you are going to see from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Couldn't do anything on offense. Defense was non-existent. It was just a absolute pathetic performance. I don't even know that we have a whole lot to talk about, to be honest with you. Uh, I'd like to be able to sit here that there were some keys to this and a couple of things here to clean up, and if we would have only done this. That ain't the truth. Like, this was a colossal just debacle from start to finish. Even though the Bills only had 3 points, the only reason they only had 3 points is because they turned it over. If Josh Allen doesn't throw an interception and James Cook doesn't fumble the football off of his own thigh, they get points on those drives too. Like, who are we kidding? This was absolutely despicable. Super chats are already coming in. Again, if you want to get your comment, question, or rant up on the screen, you know exactly how to do that. Members are here. We're going to get this thing going, people. I usually have a big rant. We're going to get this thing going. My main man, Justin, says, I don't want to dismiss what Tomlin has done over 20 years. He's had a huge impact on my personal success, and the Tomlinisms will always remain on my office walls. It's sad that we're here, but it's time for the next chapter. Justin, you couldn't have said it any better. I don't even think, look, people are mad and they say things when they're mad. It's not that people hate Mike Tomlin, although there probably are some that do. They just want a better football coach. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with wanting a better football coach, people. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, Solo says, what does it take to fire at least Arthur Smith and Austin? Like, for real, less than 150 yards in offense and record bring allowed yardage. I don't know. That's a great question. Like, they fired the guy that, hell, we talk about it that I don't say the old coordinator's name. We can start saying Matt Canada now, because this is just like Matt Canada. I had refused to say his name on this channel, but what difference does it make? Arthur Smith is just as bad, if not worse. And you fired him mid-season. What does it take to fire Arthur Smith? What does it take to do that? I never thought I'd see the day that a football team would call 2 screens inside the 5-yard line. The drive that the Steelers scored a touchdown, they called 2 screen passes inside the 5-yard line. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was unbelievable. Oh man, we suck. Everybody asks, clean house now. And I want to address the fire Mike Tomlin comments, Number one, you're right. But number two, we got to start screaming, Art Rooney II, do your job. Art Rooney II, do your job. We effing suck. Yes, we do, David. Yes, we do. Appreciate the super chat. Yes, we do. We effing suck. That's a great way to put it. So, Mr. Leonard Dodd said the coaching staff is so scared to take chances, all because they want to possess the ball and not turn over the ball, even when we was down, which is why this offense is trash. I'm done. I'll say this, and people that have been on the channel that come to Steelers Almighty all the time, I say this, and I'm not going to back down. Will Howard, I don't believe, is the answer to the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. Like, I don't think Will Howard is even remotely close to being the answer of what the Pittsburgh Steelers need. But at this point in time, play Will Howard. Play Will Howard. because I said it last week and I'll say it again. If all that we're going to get from the quarterback position is what Aaron Rodgers did and what Mason Rudolph did, then why don't you just play Will Howard? And I get that, yeah, he can be worse, but we would expect worse. So play Will Howard, and I hope that Will Howard proves me wrong about him being the future. Great. I'll be wrong. Y'all know me. I don't care. I just want to win. So prove me wrong. It's that time. Number one, Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be playing football. They said he's got 3 broken bones in his wrist. He shouldn't be out there. That's number one. We saw what it looked like against a mediocre at best Buffalo Bills defense. We saw what it looked like, people. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be out there. He's got a broken wrist. He can't even take a snap. And if you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers, a guy who can't take a snap, who can't hand off the football going to his right with his left hand, that's the guy that's better than Mason Rudolph. One, Mason Rudolph doesn't need to be on our football team anymore. That would be number one. And two, we have a collection of stiffs when it comes to everything offensive, from the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks, wide receivers. The only thing good on this football team on the offensive side, the running backs are good and the offensive line is below average. Everybody else sucks. That's where we're at with it. So, Curtis, appreciate the super chat. He said no sacks against a practice squad line. Yeah. Second week in a row. We're going against backups and we can't do anything. Second week, and this week it was 2 backups. It was 2. Last week it was 1. This week it was 2. But again, the pass rush is going to kind of be non-existent because they didn't have to throw it much because they just ran the ball literally in between the guards and whipped us. Stop going to the game, says Thomas, and maybe Rooney will listen. I've said that all along, but people won't do that. We got to get a campaign started. We've got to get a campaign started, people. That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way that this is going to happen. Because as long as people keep going, why would I change? And just think about it as you as a business person. If people keep showing up to your business, but they keep, say you had a restaurant and everybody said the food sucked, but everybody kept going, would you change? I don't think you would. I know I wouldn't. And again, I don't even know, this is for conversation's sake, I don't even know what a good amount for a restaurant is a week. But if I cleared $175,000 a week in my restaurant and everybody said the food sucked, I wouldn't be changing. I wouldn't do anything. Be like, yeah, it sucks, but y'all keep coming, so who's the sucker? That's just me talking, though. Christopher, thank you for the super chat. Said Terrible Austin and Awful Smith. Perfect nicknames. Terrible Austin and Awful Smith. Perfect nickname. We got to find something. Those guys, I don't know what it takes to get fired. Like, that was a good question earlier. I literally don't know what it takes to get fired. Miss Felicia said, I got to go. Have a good night. Thank you, Miss Felicia, for showing up. Todd said, DK looks like a $30 million mistake at this point. You haven't said anything that isn't the truth. DK Metcalf looks like a guy that he's a shell of himself. He's a shell of himself. So, Queen of Spades says, Mason is trash, Rodgers is washed, Howard is green. What do you do in reality for the rest of the season? I would play Will Howard. I thought the whole Aaron Rodgers is washed. Yeah, he's washed. Move on. Mason Rudolph, trash. Time to play Will Howard. Just whatever. I mean, do we really think that the Steelers are going to catch fire and win the division and go win a playoff game. No. Well, you drafted the kid, you might as well play him. It's that time. It's that time. Mike Tomlin said in his press conference he's looking at everything. Well, if you're looking at everything, then look at the quarterback position, because that's where it needs to be. So Anthony says, no way Rudolph should be QB2. He's a bum. Terrell Austin needs to be fired. Today, Arthur Smith sucks. Should have let the running back coach kept the OC job. The defensive scheme sucks. We overcommit for no reason. Let me just break down this comment from our main man, Anthony. Again, Anthony, thank you for the super chat, man, and supporting us. Number one, you're 100% right about Mason Rudolph. He shouldn't be the quarterback number 2. Will Howard needs to be QB2, a minimum QB2 at this point. Terrell Austin should be fired. Let's just get that out of the way. He should be fired. Arthur Smith should be fired. Let's get that out of the way. He should be fired. Okay? You're exactly right about the running back coach. They should have let him keep the job, because when he had the job, the offense moved. It wasn't great, but it moved, and we took chances, and we did different things. We don't do that anymore. And for me, that's a Mike Tomlin. You hired these guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. Big B. Wait till you see Watt on the Allen TD. I mean, I saw what happened on the Allen rushing TD. Everybody just stood there and just allowed him to get pushed forward. It was disgusting. Disgusting. They'd quit. And that's fine if you want to quit. Okay, who the hell am I? But that's what it was. Grayson Brown, appreciate the super chat, man. He said, what's up, my guy? This has to have the organization in a panic mode. Everything has had turnover except the head coach. This is exhibit A of living in your fears. The Steelers are poorly coached. Shake my head. How did this deception last for so long? Mr. Grayson, I don't know. This is where we are. And for all the vitriol, everybody, and here's my thing. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be mad at Mike Tomlin, because he's a bad head coach at this point. He's a bad head coach. It's okay to say that. But you need to be more mad at Art Rooney II, because Art Rooney II is the one who has allowed us to be where we are. Bad football coaches are all over the place. But the difference is that organizations remove bad football coaches. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not. There's your difference. So we can be mad and scream that Mike Tomlin's a clown, he can't coach. I'm not saying that none of that's not true. All I'm saying is, until he's removed, what difference does it matter if you're mad at him or not? You need to be mad at Art Rooney II. We talked about it on the podcast today, or this week, on Monday. Art Rooney. Thanks, cuz Heaven. We appreciate you. It's Art Rooney. Just a message to my friend. Shut up. Nope, I'm not going to shut up. So, Roger. What's going on, Roger, with the super chat? He says it's insane. We can't cover or we can't overcome injuries or take advantage of injuries. Harmon doesn't play, and a run D is trash. Bills, no Ed Oliver, but we can't run. I mean, that's a great point. I mean, our run defense wasn't great, but it wasn't this bad. You're telling me one guy is the difference? Sheesh. Now, don't get me wrong. The Bills have been able to run the football on basically everybody this year. They were the number one team in the league rushing the football. But it didn't look like this. They didn't run the football on people like this. And then we can't run it. But the reason we can't run it, we don't like the concepts on how to run and what we run. Your quarterback couldn't even hand the football off going to the right side of the offense. Come on, man. He can't play. His wrist is broken. Everything has to be a pitch versus getting your running back running downhill. You can't even call those plays because he can't hand the football off. That's insanity. Oh, my main man Somber said 80 had one target until the fourth quarter. Yes, he did. Well, oh, by the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole, before that last drive that they had that they ended up turning it over on downs, when the game was really in the balance, the Steelers had 91 yards of offense, and that was in the fourth quarter. 91 yards. 91. You heard me right. 91 freaking yards. And then when we get down to the goal line on 4th and 2, we decide to run. Oh, man, we come in with big personnel, and we think that Jonnu Smith is going to be able to set an edge and block an edge and think that that's the play to get us a first down to try to get back into the football game. Oh, my God. Like I said, man, I'm not mad. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at this point. I can't be mad. Are we setting Howard up for failure with Smith? Yes. Yes, Queen of Spades. Yes, we would be. Yes. My whole thing, though, would be maybe Will Howard would just say F it and say, you know what? If there's guys open over the middle of the field, I'm just going to throw it. I don't care. You want to sit me on the bench? Sit me on the bench. I'm just going to throw it. I would love for that to happen. So, Thomas Adams, thanks for the super chat, man. He says, start Will Howard the rest of the season. I don't care why, Tomlin. Don't give him a chance. He might shock everyone. That is my whole point. I've said it. I'll say it again. I said it at the very beginning. I'll say it again. I don't think Will Howard is even remotely close to being the answer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think that he is. But you know what? He ain't going to, and maybe he is worse than what we've seen. But I don't care. Play the kid right now. Play him now. And I hope he proves me wrong. Because y'all know me. I just want to win. I don't give a damn. I just want to win. So go ahead and prove me wrong. But nope. I'm just not going to live with the BS anymore of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I jumped off the Mike Tomlin bandwagon last week. And this week, I am jumping off of the nonsense of the quarterback train. Aaron Rodgers is washed. And he's got a broken wrist. I'm done with him. Mason Rudolph is terrible. I'm done with him. Play Will Howard. Play Will Howard. So, my main man, Jason, thank you for the super chat, bro. Says 249 yards rushing by the Bills, the most ever in Acrisure Stadium. I can't imagine what the Ravens, Lions, and Miami will do to this offensive line. Well, here, the only thing that I would say is that the Bills' rushing attack is actually better than those teams. However, the Bills or the Ravens and the Lions and the Dolphins, if we're going to play like at least the Bills attempted to throw the football a few times, those teams won't do it. The Ravens and Lions and Miami will just say, oh, we'll just run it. And if that means we run it 60 times in a game, we'll just keep running it, and that'll be it. Jiminy Christmas. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. Roger, 91 yards in an era that's tailored to offense is wild. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Roger. It is absolutely. I mean, the entire league is based on offense and scoring points and moving the football. That's the entire league is built for that. And the Steelers couldn't move the football. I'm just, See, my main man CID says Derrick Henry's going to go put up 400 yards, man, and Tomlin will be looking up at the scoreboard. Oh, Jesus. So, Archane Henry Gibbs Montgomery is about to have a career day against us. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get no argument from me, man. You're not going to get no argument from me. Canada-ish. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe that the Steelers ran 2 screens inside the 5-yard line. You know, the drive that they scored the touchdown, we ran 2 screens inside the 5-yard line. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I've been watching football for a long time, and I've been watching football where I've understood it for every bit of 43 years of my life. I don't think matter of fact, I know I've never seen a team run 1 screen inside the 5-yard line, much less 2. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Steela, thank you for the super chat. Said they whooped us as a collective. The standard is a standard. We won't live in our fears. Division of labor was fine. The scheme was good. It was the players' fault. I don't do hypotheticals or things of that nature. Tomlin. Actually, I listened to a little bit of his press conference. I mean, he didn't blame himself. He just blamed everything. He just said we were awful. If one time, Mike Tomlin, just say you did it. Just say you weren't good enough. One time. It's okay to say it. We all know it. So, Sal says 18 minutes of offense. Would you, Big B, fire the OC today? I said it during our watch party during the game. I said I would have fired, and I tweeted it out. I said I'd have fired Arthur Smith before he got off the field because of when we were down there trying to score a touchdown and we ran it on 4th and 2. I said I would have fired him before he got off the field. I would have just told him, Arthur, thank you for your services. Don't go to the locker room. Just go right to your car. Your services are no longer required. Thank you. Or remember in the third quarter when it was 3rd and 9 and we ran it? Y'all remember that? We ran a draw on 3rd and 9. I thought, man, if that's not just giving up, you might as well just tell the Bills, hey, the game's over. We quit. Game is over. We quit. Jeez Louise. Solo, another super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats, man. Can the NFL investigate Rooney and remove him? Please help us. I don't understand how he attends games and likes to watch us lose. I don't know. I mean, they're not going to remove him. I don't know. I mean, look, I feel like this. Steeler fans and maybe the city of Pittsburgh's, all of our collective heads might explode if the Rooneys actually sold the football team. But would you all be mad if they sold it to somebody that just said enough's enough, that we've got to become good again? Like, I get the old Steeler way and I get all of that stuff, man. I'm 50 years old, so I get it. But I'm also 50 years old. It's time to win. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think people would lose their mind. But would y'all be mad if they sold the team to somebody who just said, we're not going to lose because I'm going to get the right people in here. And even if that means firing Mike Tomlin and the guy that we hire, we miss. You know what? 3 years and we missed. We got to go hire somebody else. I wouldn't be mad about that because it would show me that you're trying. Because right now, the Rooneys aren't trying. And that's the problem that has everybody pissed off. Like, because I know that's what everybody always says. Oh, if you fire Mike Tomlin, who are you going to get? Like, nobody else that's walking on this earth can coach the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, he's the only man that can do it. Get the hell out of here with that, man. There's plenty of people that can do it. But for me, and I've said it before, okay, you fire him, you hire the next guy, the Steelers stink for 3 years. You know what? We missed. We got to go hire somebody else. And, well, that's not the Steeler way. They deal with stability. Hey, man, times change. Things change. Okay? You can't just have the same old that never changes for 20 years. The NFL changed. Why can't we change with it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Big B, I will say this on the record, a Steeler fan since 1975. And 75 is a good year. It's the year I was born. The losses are not as bad watching you and enjoying everything that you put together here. Well, number one, brother, I appreciate you saying that. Can't appreciate you. Number one, thanks for the super chat. Two, thank you for saying that. All I am is honest. I'm an honest dude. We don't always agree. You're not going to like some of the things that I say. You're not going to like my opinions all the time, but I am going to be honest. That's the only way I know how to be. The Steelers suck. Mike Tomlin can no longer be the coach of our football team. And Art Rooney either needs to let Mike Tomlin go and find another coach, or he needs to sell the football team to somebody who gives a damn. Period. End of story. Either you sell or you make the necessary changes. And I've seen it before, people. It's not like this hasn't happened before. I lived in Kansas City from 2000 to 2011. I saw where the Kansas City Chiefs were mired in mediocrity, but fans kept going to the stadium. They kept showing up. And finally, people got on and just said that it was started as a radio. They got on the radio host. And then they all got together and were like, nope, you all have to stop going to the games. We're going to hold a tailgate party. Nobody buy tickets. Just go park in the parking lot. And they did it. In the last 4 games, and I can't remember what year it was, but the last 4 home games of the year, they averaged like 38,000 people. The games got blacked out. You know how the games get blacked out if not enough people go? And half the stadium was empty. Well, corporate sponsors can't afford to. They can buy 5,000, 8,000 tickets. They can't be buying 40,000 tickets. And finally, the Hunt family said, we got to make some changes. And they did. Same thing has to happen here. Either you make the changes or fans got to say, okay, enough's enough. We got to stop going. I don't think that'll ever happen, though, with Pittsburgh fans. I don't think it'll ever happen. But that's the only way that change is ever going to come. It's the only way. J-Mo said, thanks to Mike Tomlin and his collective schemes. I mean, that tonight was terrible. That was terrible. Appreciate you, Ian. That's the only way it's going to change, people. Again, you all can be mad at me. You can not like me. But you can't tell me that I'm not telling the truth. The only way it's going to change is either Art Rooney has to say, okay, sorry, Coach Tomlin, enough's enough. Or he could sell the team to somebody who actually cares and will make the necessary changes to win. Because when you don't have a competitive backbone or a competitive spirit, you don't care. It's about making money at that point. Super chat by my man Jason. Kevin Adams and James Harrison are about to crash out on their podcast. Steel Here Pod is about to go crazy, and I'm going to enjoy it. I mean, okay. I think we're doing a good job here, but we're trying. We're trying, man. Yep, we almost got 1,000 people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, it was 2012 for the Chiefs? No, it was earlier than that because I had already lived here. 2012 is just when they hired Andy Reid. It was before that. They actually hired, it was, I can't remember, but it was before Andy Reid. It was before that. It was around 2001. 2001 or 2002 is when it happened. So, I don't agree with this part. Gruden would at least have a good offense. Like, people that keep screaming about John Gruden, I'm like, go look at John Gruden's career. Like, we don't like Mike Tomlin for being mediocre Mike. What did John Gruden do? John Gruden won a Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's football players. And then after that, they were terrible. Not bad, they were terrible. So we get on Mike Tomlin for winning a Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's players. Okay. But do you want to hire John Gruden? Like, John Gruden has proved not even remotely close to what Mike Tomlin has. And I don't want Mike Tomlin on my football team at all anymore. John Gruden is not the answer, people. No. No. I don't need a retread coach. That's not what we're looking for. That's not what we need. We don't need a retread. We need somebody with some fresh ideas, somebody new, something like that. We don't need a retread football coach. That doesn't work. That's not what we need. You know, we need a guy that's innovative, that's just up to date on how offensive football and defensive football is played in the National Football League currently. Now, I don't even have names, and I don't do that. I don't do that right now because there's no reason to waste energy or breath or even thoughts on who would be the head coach when we got a coach. And until he's gone, there's no reason to even think about it. But that I can tell you right now. But Jay, you're right. Tony Romo said it all night long. Said they ran the same play 4 times in a row. Why aren't we adjusting? Running the same front. And they just kept bouncing to the outside. And they kept bouncing to the outside. And we never stopped it. So, gee, many Chris. And they didn't even run off tackle. They were just running in between the guards, just right up the middle. Right up the middle. Yeah, Tomlin still thinks it's 2008. Yeah, you're right. That's what his defensive scheme seemed like. And that's his football philosophy. Adam, what's going on, man? He said, go get Minner from the Chargers. I would take him in a heartbeat. The thing about him that's wild is that his father was like a mentor to Mike Tomlin. That's where Mike Tomlin got his first head coaching job at Cincinnati. I would take Minner as who's the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. I would take him right now. He's young. He's got fresh ideas. And he would also go get himself an offensive coordinator that's young and would tell him, you do the defense or you do the offense. I'll handle the defense, and we're gonna get this thing going, man. Absolutely. And they want to run Kevin O'Connell out of Minnesota. I'm sorry. I would take Kevin O'Connell because their problems are not the same problems that the Pittsburgh Steelers have. Brian Flores. Again, their problems aren't the same problems that we have. Brian Flores was here. He left because, hey, we don't agree eye to eye on defensive football. It's more like, what the hell are you doing, man? This stuff don't work. And guess what? It doesn't work. So, whatever. I'm over it, people. I am done with the BS. This was discussed. The defense was non-existent. Like, they just ran the football right up our ass the entire football game. Pause. Just the whole damn football game. And we couldn't do anything about it. Oh, man. And to think about that, though, I'm not even mad so much at, don't get me wrong, the defense was pathetic. But when you're out there the whole time because your offense can't put up a drive, the time of possession was 41 minutes and 59 seconds to 18 minutes and 1 second. Can you believe that? 42 minutes to 18 minutes of time of possession. That is disgusting. They were 2 for 2 on 4th down, 8 of 15 on 3rd. They had 74 plays, and we had 43. 43 plays of offense. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Usually, I come in here and I got some answers for you guys. Usually, there's some things that I can point to that, you know what, we weren't that far off. We could do this, we could do that. And I don't know. I don't know. Sal says, felt bad for Rodgers. Yep, down there, he did run the wrong route. Jonnu Smith did run the wrong route, and Rodgers threw the ball over the middle of the field. You're absolutely right. However, earlier in the football game, there was a mesh route where Jonnu Smith was running across the middle of the field wide open, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't see him, doesn't look at to him, and doesn't throw him the football. So it goes both ways. Aaron Rodgers is not to be abstained from any of this. He was just as bad. He was just as bad. And again, I'm just saying, and I'll throw this out to the chat. He's about to be 42 years old on Tuesday. So a 42-year-old guy running around with a broken wrist playing football. I mean, think about that for a minute. Why do you want a 42-year-old playing quarterback on your football team with a broken wrist? That just doesn't make sense to me. Video game controller poses triumphantly in between the words critical hit. Okay. Thank you. We haven't adopted this team. It's like a stale bag of chips, says my man Anthony Mitchell. Said old and played out. We need some offense and defensive gurus, washed up reject coaches. I agree. And I think the first thing is admitting DK Metcalf is a number 2 wide receiver. That's number 1. He's a number 2. We don't have any other receivers that can do anything. Those guys don't get open. Like on the strip sack for a touchdown. Like Rodgers should have thrown the ball away, but there was nobody open. And the line did a pretty good job. I mean, they gave him time. I'm like, at some point, you got to throw the ball, even if you're throwing it away. We're terrible. We're terrible. So, oh well. Oh well, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I try. Like I said, I try to be positive. I try to have certain elements. I try to point out certain things where I'm like, we're close. We're close. So here's a good question from KC Chiefs Chick. Does losing the rest of the games even matter to get a higher draft pick with the current leadership? That is one of the best questions since this channel has started last year. My answer to that has always been yes. My answer today is nope. It doesn't matter. That is a great question. Nope. It don't matter. With the current people in place, and that's Omar Khan included. With the current people in place, nope, it doesn't matter. I've changed my tune, people, and y'all have been after me since we started this channel in April of 2024. Y'all have been on my ass about constantly being positive about things and not necessarily being the rah-rah guy, but not going all in on telling the truth about what's really going on. I've changed. I've changed. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not straddling the fence of the BS anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Number one, it loses credibility with you guys. And 2, I don't really feel that way. I'm not going to straddle the fence. I'm done. I am done. I want my team to win. I'm going to support them each and every week. I'm still going to put out the stuff that we put out, finding ways that we can win. But I am done acting like this can be fixed by just turning a switch. the house needs to be cleaned. They don't call it cleaning house for no reason. They don't say, hey, you know what? You got to go clean your entire house, Brian. It's filthy. And then I say, well, I'll just clean one room. And if I clean one room, then, then the whole house is clean. No, that's not how it works. So Christopher, thanks for the super chat. He said defense held them to 3 points in the first half and got 2 takeaways. At some point, we have to score touchdowns. You're damn right we do. You're damn right we do. Defense did their job in the first half. They did. They did. Now, they were still running the football, but we forced the turnovers. So, it's all you can ask. Diamond says, yep, they quit. Yeah, they quit. Yeah, the Steelers quit. There's no doubt in my mind they quit. So, good comment right here. This is the worst coach team in the league. Malik Harrison is now out snapping Wilson, who is our leading tackler. The defense knows exactly where we're going to run or pass because exactly. And here's the thing. We're on 4th and 2, and we're going to run the football down on the goal line, and we don't have our power guy in the game. Instead, we run it with game. First of all, you can't run the football in that situation. I don't care what. But number 2, Jaylen Warren can't be in. Like, we don't want him in the game? Get the hell out of here. So, TJ and Rodgers were throwing a little shade at each other in post-game interviews. Were they? Okay. I mean, I haven't heard it. I've been here with you guys, but I'll be interested to see it. And if anybody knows what the shade was, throw it in the chat. I'll put it up here. I'll throw it up here. Thanks, Queen of Spades. We appreciate you. Hey, just as a reminder, man, if anybody's not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, man. If you want to become a member, you see that members, we get a lot of super chats, and those always take, precedence. But we get the comments up by the members all the time in all of our lives, man. So if you guys support us, we support you. So Thomas said, I don't know why we don't use Warren a lot. 65-35, I think, should be the division of labor when it comes to running backs, but that's not how it is. That is not how it is. So, but whatever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hate to say it, but it's time to clean house. Ready for the draft. Diamond, first off, thanks for the super chat. Don't hate to say it. Why do you have to hate to say it? You don't need to hate to say it. Say it with your chest. It's time to clean house. We don't have to apologize for wanting a better football team. Like, we don't have to apologize for wanting a better franchise. We spend our hard-earned money on these people. We buy shit. We buy Pittsburgh Steelers shit. We watch the games. We get NFL ticket if you don't live in the Pittsburgh area to be able to watch them. You go to the games. You have a voice. You can say whatever the hell you want. Now, sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes it doesn't make sense because we're crazy fans. But, shoot, you don't have to say, I hate to say this. Say it with your damn chest. We're fine. We need better. So, here's the thing. Comment here. The Steelers need a young franchise quarterback like Fernando Mendoza. Trade everything to get that first overall pick. My whole question about that, though, is do you want Mendoza under this coaching staff? Because I know the hell I don't. I know I don't. I mean, Kenny Pickett couldn't play. So baby hands doesn't count. But do you want a new quarterback under this staff? Hell no. No. They booed Renegade tonight at the games. Retired. Yes, I heard that, DJ. Thank you for the super chat. I heard it tonight. I heard it on Twitter. they said that they had booed Renegade when they played it. And I'm like, you should have. You should have. That's a start. We got to keep going, though. So that's the start. Hey, we're trying to get loud, my man. We're trying to be loud. We're trying. We're trying. So we're doing our best. We are doing our best to get out there. Booing Renegade is big. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we need another D lineman too. Don't forget that. Yeah, we do. We need a lot. Steelers need a lot. Steelers need a lot. I mean, they need a lot. Run defense, the hot topic all off season. Threw everything at the wall to fix it and has been no better than last year. Roger, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. We did everything in the offseason to fix it except have new coaches. That is the one thing that we didn't do. We drafted these guys and off-season acquisitions, but the one thing that didn't change were the coaches. So just something to think about. I mean, your point is valid. So, wow. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. I mean, here's the crazy thing. The Steelers are this bad and they're still in first place. How the hell is that possible? But I said this. If you're a member and the walks that we do in the morning and the walk and talking that we do in the morning, what did I say? I said, and I've been saying it the last 3 days, that the Steelers season is either going to take off or is going to go in the toilet. I said, because everybody keeps saying, here comes 9-8. And I'm like, nah, not this year. I don't think it's going to be 9-8 this year. I said one or two things would happen. Either the Steelers season is going to take off or it's going to go in the toilet. So that's the way I feel about it. We're 6-6. We got the Ravens twice. We got the Lions. We got the Dolphins. And we got the Browns. Who knows, man? Who knows? Here we go. Highest paid defense with one of the highest paid coaches in the game. And this is what we get. Oh, and the head coach is also a defensive-minded head coach. Don't leave that part out. Let's not leave that part out. Is that he's a defensive-minded head coach. Oh, shit, people. Look, like I said, I usually have some words of encouragement. I usually have some words of wisdom. I usually can try to pinpoint where some things were good, some things were bad, and if we would have only done this, what am I supposed to say tonight? Like, the offense couldn't do anything. The play calling was atrocious. The plan was maybe the worst offensive game plan that I've seen a professional football coach have. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being over the top. That was some of the worst game planning that I think I've ever seen an offensive coach have. And it was all because we wanted to play a 42-year-old quarterback that's got a broken wrist that can't even take a damn snap. Oh, my God. Jason with the super chat said, what are your thoughts on Pete at left tackle? I thought he was fine. I'll have to look at the tape, but I thought he was fine. I'm sure they helped him a ton, and they did, but he wasn't an issue. Like, the line in general wasn't an issue. Like, the line wasn't bad. Now, we couldn't run the football. We'll have to see why we couldn't run it. But I don't even think the Steelers stayed with the run long enough to know whether you could run it. 18 carries for the football game. Jaylen Warren had 10 for 35. Gainwell had 5 for 20. and Caleb Johnson had those 2 garbage ones at the end. So you take that away, and then an Aaron Rodgers one, which was obviously a pass. Or no, it was that it was a pass. So if you take all of that away, they literally only had 15 carries in the game tonight. So that's about as pathetic as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Pathetic as it gets. So Roger said, good teams find ways to win. Bad teams find ways to lose. All signs point to us being just a bad team from coaching to the players. Absolutely. Absolutely. Diamond said, did anyone see Rooney responded to the fire Tomlin chants? I don't know. Did he put a bag over his head and walk out of the damn arena? KTB said, crazy thing is, even though we are trash, we can still win the division. You know what would really make me mad is if we backed into the division again. Like, and I'm going to root. I'm not one of those fake guys like, oh, I'm never going to root for him. Yes, I'm going to root. And I'm going to be happy if we backed into winning the division. But we just saw a team tonight that's going to be a wild card team. Like, the Bills aren't going to win that division, I don't believe. They're going to be a wild card team. I have to sit through that again? Oh, no. Need to get rid of this dink and dunk offense and the guy that can't draft offensive players or ruins a good one. I wonder who that is. Thank you for the super chat, man. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. So the Steelers may not win another game this season, says D-Rockton. You're exactly right about that. Thanks for the super chat, brother. So Mr. Awareness, thank you for the super chat, man. Said Tomlin right now have 2021 and 2025 for the worst defense. I mean, Mike Tomlin, I'm sorry. You can be the biggest Mike Tomlin fan you want. Mike Tomlin hired these bad assistants, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. So give me the list of players who have gotten better under Tomlin. Can't let this guy draft? I mean, you could say that TJ Watt did. You know, I mean, again, we can't go overboard, but, you know, he does have a Hall of Famer, and Cam Hayward's probably going to be one too. It's not like he didn't have any good players. So was AB. It's not like he didn't have any good players. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. So I'm way late to the chat, says Big Show. So sorry if it's been said, but damn, where the hell is my team, Big B? I don't know where they are. I have no idea where they are. Thanks for the super chat, man. I have no idea where they are. They're horrendous. They are horrendous. They are horrendous. The Steelers are just horrendous, man. So, well, look, man, that's all I got. I'm going to shut this one down. I appreciate everybody being in here, man. Thank you very, very much. As you can tell, my voice is going out. So that's the only reason I'm shutting it down. Otherwise, I'd stay on here and rant and talk to you guys as long as you want. But if I don't shut it down now, I won't be able to do any shows the rest of the week, man. So that's where I'm at with it. So I apologize. Do me a favor, man. Come to the big show on Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Me and Big G will be live. Lord have mercy. I mean, Big G's head's probably exploded at this point, but hopefully he can grow another one and it'll explode again. So anybody that's in here that's new, make sure you show up to the big show on Tuesday. It is a ton of fun, number one, but we're going to break down this nightmare of a football game and what has happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. It's been bad. It's bad. I just don't know what to say. I really don't. I like to be positive. I'm a positive dude, but there's nothing positive that I can say about the Pittsburgh Steelers at this point. Nothing positive that I even want to say about them because I'd be lying. And you guys hold me accountable. You always hold me accountable. So I can't just be lying and talk about something good with the Steelers. There's nothing good right now, man. There's nothing good right now. So it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So, and unless they get it fixed, which if you got the same coaches, how you gonna fix it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you, again, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. If you want to become a member, you know how to do that. Sign up. We got 5 different levels. The watch party to come in and watch the games with us. We have a real good time in there. All 22 of the entire football games at the all pro level. Make sure you guys sign up. This is bad. This is bad. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, appreciate everybody being in here, man. Thank you guys as always. Again, report card coming out tomorrow. That'll be easy. That's going to be easy. All 22 of the offensive line coming out on Tuesday. We may try to figure something out. I mean, not really a whole lot to do with the offensive line, to be honest with you, but we'll figure it out. Either way, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you as always. We love you guys, and aloha.